I need to get back to the station, Wukash.
I know. That is why Arco advised trying the Transai domain first. Not only are their shuttles better maintained, but the companions there are stronger. They will try to update your Chameleon tech whenever they can.
I'm grateful. Is there anything else you can do?
We will keep trying.
Thanks, Wukash.
Identify or withdraw.
I'm Jano, returning to Touchstone.
Acknowledged, Jano. Proceed to the bridge.
Welcome home, Jano! The portal said you were on your way. The council can't wait to hear about your adventures. Mokri and Yusuf are expecting you.
Mokri? Yusuf? Listen, Jimmy, I'm still shaken from the crash. It's probably just temporary, but I seem to have forgotten things. Details, people's names. I remember you, but Mokri and Yusuf...
They lead the council. They'll understand.
Welcome home, Jano. We thank the Great Oracle for your safe return.
Jimmy told us about the shuttle. At least you tried. But you landed a while ago. We expected you sooner.
Forgive me, it was the crash. I had to rest.
You see, Yusuf, that explains the delay. But please, Jano, tell us about your adventures.
Mokri, again, it's the crash. I have trouble recalling things. Basic things. Forgive me. I'm sure it will come back in time.
Of course, you've been through a lot. But you're safe now. And at least the Great Oracle can learn something with a deep scan.
What if it reveals who I really am?
There. The Great Oracle is satisfied. It will assess what it has found and provide counsel with a report later.
I'm glad. It's so good to be back. Please, what's happened in my absence?
Little has changed, Jano. The Ansala continue to send amulets to test our defenses, continue to turn whatever they can. You've seen the Galeas wrecks offshore.
Yeah. Next, they'll be trying to turn the companion spaceship, make it theirs. But the Great Oracle is devising new measures, new strategies all the time. Our great plan will prevail. It must.
The problem is still not having a central target to aim at. Our great oracle works with the companions, but the Ansala carry their power with them. It's the old question. How can they have such powers? How?
And how can they not see the truth, that the companions risked everything to help us all? It's their ship out there. How can they not see that we're just trying to regain something of the world we lost?
More old questions, Yusuf. There are no new answers.
But if only they had a great oracle too, something to reason with, something to be a target at least.
You must excuse us, Jano. Yusuf and I go through this with the Council all the time. You need to rest. You can address Council later.
Thank you, Mokri, Yusuf.
Jano, what are you doing over this way?
Just reacquainting myself with everything, trying to get my memories back. That crash really shook me up.
Jimmy said. I'm surprised you're not in the infirmary. I'm Dari, in case you've forgotten.
Thanks. Hey, Dari, I've always meant to ask, can any of these shuttles reach orbit?
Maybe with a little bit of work. Not at the moment. It's difficult enough doing the run out to Lyra.
Lyra?
The companion spaceship.
This is going to sound crazy. Have I been out to the companion ship, to Lyra?
Of course you have, many times. We all have. If you need to see it, I'm about to make a supply run.
It'd really help.
Then go aboard and strap in. We leave in 5 minutes. You go on ahead, Jano. Take a look around. I'll see to the unloading and join you in a while. Jano, there you are. We were wondering where you'd got to. You remember Carluin, head of the science team here?
Hello, Jano. Welcome back.
Thank you.
No need to concern yourself. Dari's told me everything. The crash on the beach, the short-term amnesia. I'm not surprised. Dari, why don't you go see to the reloading while Jano and I catch up?
I don't remember any of this. It sounds absurd, I know.
Nonsense, Jano. Just give it time. Ask me anything. Ask us anything. This companion is Maciek.
Hello, Maciek.
Hello, Jano. It's good to see you again.
Since you've been gone, we're doing more and more of our industry over here. The Ansala have turned the Galeas Rex. We must make sure they don't try it here.
Is that possible?
Who can say? Their mental powers seem to be getting stronger all the time.
Carluin, about that. Surely they'd need a central power source, like our great oracle.
You'd think so. It's the old argument, and it makes sense. But our scans show nothing.
It would be shielded. What does Maciek say?
Ask him.
Maciek, what do you read when you scan the Ansala domain?
Great energies at work. But nothing like the Transai Oracle. Nothing like the Transai machines.
Could there be an Ansala oracle? Could it be shielded?
Of course. We might not be able to tell.
You must excuse me for a moment, Jano. Ah, Jano. It's so good to have you home again after all this time. Oh, please feel free to look around. I'll see you outside when you're done.
That symbol on the floor there is like the one in Arco's hideout. I wonder what it means.
Excuse me, Jano. There is always so much to be done here.
Carluin, tell me about this ship.
But you already know. Ah, forgive me. We only have what the old stories give. It entered our system centuries ago, just waited out in space. Here on Sarpedon, two great factions formed, Contact and No Contact.
The Transai and the Ansala.
They became that later, after the war started. As a last resort, the alien ship was called in.
The Ansala shot it down.
They did. These companions are the survivors of that great tragedy. Strangers who tried to help. Now we're rebuilding.
You really think we're the only humans who survived? Back there in the valley?
That's what the scans show. There are stories about other enclaves, about refugees and nomads coming in. Claims of picking up radio broadcasts from the other side of the planet, but that's mainly for morale. Probably something the Great Oracle arranges. Its job is to look after us.
Tell me about Sengiter and Shemay-Tars.
The traitors? That's what the Ansala call them. We are far more forgiving. They're heroes for us. They tried to help. They made it possible for the companions to be here. And without them, our valley would have died long ago.
Things are that bad?
You've seen how it is back there. The environment field flickering overhead, faltering, the old tech failing. The Great Oracle does its best, but the power drain is enormous. Without the companions, there would be no chance.
But the Ansala destroy them whenever they can.
Or downgrade them, which is like killing them. They claim to have their own better organic support systems. If that's true, they're not saving the valley.
What happened to Sen and Shemay?
The Ansala captured them, executed or imprisoned them.
Up on the station?
Possibly. The Ansala gutted the station, took everything.
But never blew it up or shot it down.
No, they never did. Though it will fall soon enough. Its orbit has been decaying for a long time now.
We could go up and try to save it. Make it active again.
Our shuttles couldn't possibly get there, Jano. Not without major overhauls.
Jano, this is Dari. We're ready to leave. Please return to the shuttle at once.
Time for you to go, Jano. Dari is waiting. I'll see you back at Touchstone.
Thanks, Dari. That really helped.
Anytime, Jano. Now get some rest.
Seems the Transai shuttles can't reach orbit. I'll just have to try the Ansala. But first, I should try that transfer door in the village again. The Great Oracle didn't expose me. Maybe it's like the companions and can advise me now. Hello, can you hear me?
Of course, Jano. How could I not?
That scan you did on me, what did it show?
I'm still processing what I found. There are unusual data threats.
I need to ask you something.
Of course. What is it, Jano?
The more I think about it, the more I'm certain there has to be an Ansala Oracle as well.
This is an old line of inquiry. The companion Matshek said you had been asked. All our scans show nothing.
But the energy source for the turning, the power behind it.
Comes from organic solar cells, thermal vents, wind rotors, and the extended human mind. That's what the Ansala will tell you. We wondered where you were.
You always were the curious one, Jano, and cautious.
Which makes us more grateful to you than ever for suggesting that we relocate our great oracle to a safer place. That only we three and Kaluan know of this secret location. Though, as usual, you'll still insist that this was the oracle's own idea.
It was. At least I think it was. So maybe an Ansala Oracle hid itself generations ago. Knowing the Ansala reaction to machines, it makes sense. It would have made sure it was out of sight.
What? And mind wiped all those involved in its concealment? It's the old argument, Jano. Our oracle would detect something. It monitors the Ansala domain all the time.
Mokri, Yusuf, this could be very important. I must take another look at the Ansala. It could be the answer to everything.
Too risky. We can't afford to lose you again. Wait till the Council's next session. We'll discuss it then, possibly plan a special expedition.
Better I go alone, and as soon as possible. Just a quick reconnaître. If things are as bad as you say, we need all the intelligence we can get.
Too great a risk, Jano. We'll discuss it at Council. Now, please go and rest. Remembrance Hour begins in a few minutes to honor our glorious dead. Everyone is meant to meditate indoors.
This portal is closed. Use without authorization is not permitted.
I'm Jano, on a special mission for the Council.
No mission has been authorized.
That's right, it's top secret. It requires an emergency override.
This portal is closed. Use without authorization is not permitted.
Hello, can you hear me?
Of course, Jano. I am Terry.
Terry, I need to see the Ansala domain. It's important.
Understood. Please, try the portal again.
I'm Triga, back from a mission. Let me pass.
This portal is closed. Use without authorization is... Wait. The Oracle is issuing instructions.